We are all connected. That is going to be the topic of this episode of Chi Life. Okay, so there is something really interesting going on in Auckland today. It's all over social media. If you're in Auckland, you might already have guessed what I'm talking about. Elsewhere in the world, maybe not so much. And you may just maybe be able to notice it from this video footage right now. I'm going to move somewhere else that's a little bit more open, and maybe you're going to get a chance to see it there. So basically the whole world has turned a different color, or at least the world in Auckland. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it. You know, cameras don't always pick this up all that well. I'm going to cut in some other shots that maybe you'll see it a little bit better, get an idea of what's going on with the color here. But basically it looks like the whole world is under an Instagram filter, and it's a yellow filter. So the sky is a bit yellow, all the grasses are really extra bright yellowy green. It's also starting to get a little bit dark, which it's only 4 p.m. and it's the middle of summer. So here it should be about this dark, maybe at 8:30 p.m. and really unusual. I think also something else that I might do now is I'll try, if it hasn't shown up well on the camera, I'll show up, I'll put like a filter over the footage just for a few seconds now, so you can get an idea of just how yellow it looks in person. So why has the light changed color so drastically here in Auckland today? Well, the world isn't ending, but there are some rather extreme things going on over in Australia. If you haven't heard, there are big bushfires going on over in Australia, and the effect of that is so great that it's affecting the light and actually the air quality. Some days there's been some haze from this as well, all the way in New Zealand. Now, if you don't know your geography so well, you know, sometimes people get confused and think that New Zealand is part of Australia. It's not. We're about a 3-hour flight away. So quite far away, and it's affecting the light, the color of everything here, and the light and the air all the way from Australia. So there are a few things I could talk about from this interesting thing that's going on. You know, this could just talk about interesting natural phenomena, because this is a really interesting one. So many people have been talking about, I mentioned on social media, some people have been saying that they feel scared, some people have been saying that animals and birds are confused. Doesn't seem to be bothering these guys too much though, and things like that. So it's really affecting people, and that's what I'm going to talk about more, is the way that we're all connected. You know, definitely on a global scale, we could talk about global warming or climate change, or, you know, people have different opinions about that. But on a more personal scale, I'm going to tie this in with Qigong. We're all connected, and our energy affects each other. When our energy is strong and healthy, it affects the people around us. Equally, when other people's energy is strong and healthy, it affects us. And the reverse is also true. When our energy is maybe still strong, but erratic and out of control, or someone else's, we affect each other. And you may have noticed, being around some people it makes you feel good, some people it maybe makes you feel not so good, maybe you feel drained, maybe it has other effects on you as well, and you are having that effect on them too. So it's an interesting thing to be aware of. Even on a global scale, we are all connected. There's a big difference, maybe you've noticed this too, living in the city, or spending time in the city, and spending time in the countryside, because of the energy that we're surrounded by. Now, part of that is the cars and the power lines and things like that, but a lot of it is just the concentration of people and their attitudes and energy, and that affects us. You often notice this more in contrast. When you're living in a city, you don't notice it because it's around you so much, but if you spend time in the countryside then go back to the city, wow, you can really notice the difference. Same thing, if you live in the countryside you think it's always like that, but if you live in a city and then go out to the countryside, wow, if you're sensitive to your energy, aware of what's going on in your energy, you really can notice the difference. And so it really pays. It's worth paying attention to your environment around you, and trying to make that as harmonious as you can, and noticing the effects that it has on you, and also the people around you. Now, the more you practice Qigong, the more you develop skill with your energy, the more you are able to take control of this. The more you're able to be sensitive to whether an environment is helping you or not helping you, whether the energy is harmonious for you or not. But also, as your energy becomes stronger, and particularly as you strengthen your energy field around you, you can start to be able to maintain healthier energy for you, even when you're in an area, an atmosphere with people who their energy may not otherwise be so healthy for you. It might not have good effects on you. And so, amongst all the many other benefits of Qigong, this is quite a significant one. We start to be able to maintain our own healthy energy, even when we're in an environment or with people or in situations which otherwise could be harmful to us. Now, of course, this is a matter of degree, a matter of skill. Even as you develop skill, it doesn't mean that you're going to be immune to everything. But you do build up that strength little by little. So we do go into this sort of concept more explicitly in some of the Qigong courses than others. So particularly in Between Heaven and Earth. So this is of course all Long White Cloud Qigong. So if you go on the website and have a look at some of those things there. So the Between Heaven and Earth course, we do some things that specifically strengthen the energy field. In our Qigong meditations, we do some things for the energy field and also the qualities of energy in the field. And then the Qigong walking, we do quite a lot, working with building and strengthening and maintaining our energy field, and then also working with qualities in it. Qigong Theory and Practice course, we work with that as well. So, those are some of the places that we work with it explicitly to really focus on this and develop skill with it. But if you've been practicing Qigong for a while, you may have started to notice some of these things just naturally. Or even if you're just sensitive to energy, you might notice some of these things, naturally in your experience of being in different places and being around different people. I guess one of the other good things that comes from this is, as you develop skill and strength with your own energy, even just by default, even when you're not specifically focusing on it, by keeping a healthy, strong, stable, calm, energetic presence about you, you start to have a positive effect on the people around you as well. Other people may notice, oh, I feel so calm when I'm around you, or they might talk about having good vibes or good energy, things like this, and these are things that come just naturally from our Qigong practice. So anyway, I thought I'd make the most of this unusual situation to talk about this topic of all being connected, because we clearly are in so many ways. All over the world we are connected, and it's something that it's worth us being aware of. And on that smaller scale with our Qigong practice, it's also something to be aware of, particularly if you're new with Qigong. You might not have thought about some of these, the implications of some of these things and how we connect to each other with our energy. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the vlog. If you have, please like, comment, subscribe, share, all those good things. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Oh, and I almost forgot, there was a request in the last vlog. Someone in the comments asked to see my new camera, so this is it. It is a DJI Pocket Osmo, and so it's got this little gimbal on top. You notice it's like turning all by itself, so when I have or when I don't have something else in front of my face, it can follow my face. So there you go.